Red-Haired Shanks, commonly known as just Red Hair, is the chief of the Red Hair Pirates and one of the 4 emperors that rule over the New World. Shanks is a former member of the legendary Roger Pirates, the only pirate band to successfully conquer the Grand Line, starting out his pirate career on said crew as an apprentice. Notably, Shanks is the pirate who inspired Monkey D. Luffy to go on his own pirate journey, and his crewmate Lucky Roo found the Gomu Gomu no Mi that was accidentally eaten by Luffy. Shanks is an extremely laid-back man, preferring to take his time as he and his crew traveled around the world as opposed to rushing from one place to another. Shanks is a compassionate man who leads his crew members with benevolence and is largely seen with respect from other captains. His selflessness is thus that he didn't even think twice when losing his arm defending a young Monkey D. Luffy from the Sea King. He typically avoids taking action that will result in violence, and is even able to waver the resolve of prominent figures, such as Dracula Mihawk, to join in with his fun. However, despite his outward simplicity, Shanks bears a rather complex moral code. His aversion to conflict has led him to believe that if personal opinions conflict, no matter how close the individuals may be, it is better to part. It is indicative that Shanks prefers others to see him as someone who cares little about his well-being, preferring to laugh off even dire situations as opposed to taking direct conflict. His carefree nature ends, however, when those under his leadership or protection are threatened. Listen up. You can pour drinks on me, you can throw food at me. You can even spit on me. I'll just laugh that stuff off. But, good reason or not, nobody hurts a friend of mine. As a former member of the Roger Pirates, chief of the Red Hair Pirates, and one of the 4 emperors in the New World, Shanks is known to be one of the 4 strongest pirates in the world. However, not much is known about Shanks' powers and abilities in detail. Despite being the youngest of the 4 emperors, Shanks is on an equal level with the more experienced Kaido, Charlotte Linlin, and even Whitebeard, who was feared as the strongest pirate in the world. Rockstar also used his captain's name to convey to Whitebeard the importance of the letter he delivered to him. It was also stated by the 5 elders that he is one of the few people capable of stopping Teach. Admiral Akainu fought through many men, a couple of Whitebeard's division commanders, and 2 former warlords of the sea to get to Luffy, but did not challenge Shanks when the Emperor appeared. Members of the worst generation such as Eustace Kid, Scratchman Apu, and Basil Hawkins had to ally with each other to have a possibility of overthrowing Shanks. As a member of the 4 emperors, Shanks' name alone commands great power, as Buggy himself proved. His assertion that he previously had a brotherly bond with Shanks was one of the many things that earned him respect from the Impel Down inmates. In addition, Buggy did not shy from using the names of Shanks and his previous captain, Gold Roger, to maintain his respect among them. Even the fact that Buggy was seen back talking to Shanks was seen as a testament of Buggy's power to the former prisoners, who were not aware that the two had always acted like this and mistakenly thinking that it was because Buggy was not afraid of an emperor. Shanks commands enough power to end the war at Marineford with just words. When he stated that there was to be no more fighting, no one stepped up to challenge him, even though the Marines were fired up after the death of Ace and Whitebeard. When Shanks offered to fight the very overconfident and pompous Blackbeard, who moments before had boasted about destroying the island and taking down Fleet Admiral Sengoku and Vice Admiral Garp after having already killed Whitebeard, Blackbeard declined and decided to leave, as it was too soon for him and his crew to take on Shanks. Furthermore, when Shanks requested that Whitebeard and poor Gas D Ace's dignity at death not be violated, Sengoku himself decided to call off the war and offered to take responsibility, showing that despite being a pirate, Shanks has earned Sengoku's respect, something that no pirate other than the late Whitebeard is known to have achieved. He also possesses enough influence to gain an audience with the 5 elders, who like the leaders of the world government would normally consider him an enemy. Although he did have to wear a hood to hide his identity to not cause trouble. Shanks has immense physical strength as he was once a rival to Mihawk, a master swordsman with tremendous power that could overwhelm Zoro in terms of brute force with immense ease. Even with only one arm, Shanks can apply tremendous power to his swordsmanship, able to easily match Whitebeard, a gigantic man who could completely overpower giants and an entire army of powerful and skilled marine officers. With his physical strength combined with Busashoku Haki, Shanks could defend against Akainu's Magma Fist, which has extremely destructive offensive power that could burn powerful enemies such as Jinbe, Ace, and even Whitebeard. Shanks possesses an immense amount of endurance and tolerance to pain. Even after having his arm bitten off by a Sea King that attempted to devour Luffy, Shanks was completely unfazed despite the heavy bleeding and simply used House Hoku Haki to scare off the Sea King. Shanks is also an excellent swimmer, having once swam deep into the ocean depths to save Buggy from drowning and also swam a long distance fast enough to save Luffy from being devoured alive by a Sea King. As the former rival of Mihawk, who is known as the world's greatest swordsman, Shanks himself is an immensely powerful swordsman. Shanks could match a blow from Whitebeard with only one arm, which is a testament of his prowess in swordsmanship. Shanks is also powerful enough to easily defend against Akainu's Magma Fist using only his sword and Busashoku Haki. Shanks appears to have favored his left arm before he lost it, as he is always seen holding his sword in his left hand during flashbacks. He is presumed to have been left-handed. Shanks is one of the very small number of people in the world who can use all three types of Haki. Even Whitebeard complimented Shanks for his Haki when he used it on his visit. So far, Shanks has only wielded a sword named Griffin in combat. Griffin is a large saber with a single edge blade and a large hand guard.